In this video, we're going to demonstrate how we can transform a HA or DR deployment to tertiary. So let's get started. First thing we're going to do is we're going to log into the engine management service. And then we're going to select our test one server. And test one is actually already in DR mode. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take the disaster recovery deployment and we're going to expand it to tertiary. So if we go into our Add Standby Servers wizard, notice that it is already configured for DR. So now what we're going to do is we're going to click on the channel between the production server and HA, and we're going to set up our IP addresses for the production server. So in this case, it's going to be 192.168.0.67. And then our HA copy is going to be 192.168.0.68. All right. And as we've said in previous videos, that if your subnet mask is 255.255.255.0, you can just leave it. That is the default mask. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over to the HA, click on that, and now I'm going to add the cloning operation. So we are going to use automated, as we have with the DR and the HA videos. And I'm now going to select the new HA server, and I'm going to put it on the Austin data center on server 1 or host 1. And I'm going to select the data store. Okay, so now we have configured the HA node. We've assigned the channel configuration from the production to HA. And now we have to configure our HA channel to DR. In that case, we're going to put the new IP address in, which will be 192.168.0.69. And then on the DR copy, we're going to add another IP address of 192.168.10.69. So notice at the bottom here, everything has turned green. It says everything is configured properly. Now all we have to do is click on the next button. Your HA and DR configuration is complete. You can proceed. And again, we're going to validate the configuration before we click on the finish button. And notice now that we've started our cloning process, and now we have the operations in progress. If we click on this, it is now going to reconfigure the cluster to be expanded to tertiary. So it's now shutting down Neverfail software on all the nodes that make up test one server. And now it's preparing to extend the cluster. And now it's reconfiguring to participate in the cluster, the extended cluster. We're now waiting for the server to become active. And now we're creating our HA copy. It says cloning primary to create secondary VM. We can now see the new HA copy is being created in vCenter. So you can see it's here. It just hasn't powered on yet. We are at 62% on the cloning. We're at 87%, and in a moment, cloning operation will be done, and vCenter will power on the VM. And the VM is now powered on. And now we're waiting for the auto configuration process to begin. And that has started. Okay, now we notice that we have a high availability and disaster recovery node. So we're waiting for the high availability server to come online. Okay, the channel is connected and Continuity Engine is starting up services on all the nodes in the cluster. Starting the replication process. So this completes our demonstration of how to take a HA or DR deployment and convert it to tertiary.